Injury Lawyers, 423-444-8888.
Okay, we're going to talk your home this morning, but also our community this morning because Jack Berry is on the show. He has all fences here in town. It's been a while since I've seen you sitting in here with me.
But I'm glad to be back.
I know now why, because you've been very busy.
Been very busy, and look, this set is absolutely gorgeous.
Jack walked in and he said, groovy. So it's good to see you.
Yes,
so
well,
I'll tell
thank
you
you.
what's groovy, Jack, is your heart. Because you're born and raised here.
Without a question,
You
yes.
are as embedded in Chattanooga as anyone could be, and so you've relished in watching the growth of our city, watching all of these nonprofits come in and do so great, and you've wanted to be a part of that journey. So we'll talk people's homes and their home fences for sure,
Right.
but let's kind of let people know about some of the things you've done, including the Dream Home, the St. Jude Dream Home.
The St. Jude Dream Home, yes. It was Jeff Ramsey that had reached out to me, and phenomenal man, and of course the nonprofit St. Jude. Without a question, they came to us and said, we'd like to get a fence, and what kind of deal can you do for us? And I'm like, deal, we're going to donate you a fence, because this is a great project, and we feel very good about being and partnering in with
Right.
Channel 3. It's just unbelievable, and it was great to see the money that was raised.
Long before he came to you asking about the Dream Home involvement, you were involved with the launch pad.
With the launch pad, yes. We a few years ago, when Scotty, when she was building her first home for the launch pad, we talked, and I said, Scotty, I said, I'll donate you a fence for that. And I said, now if you ever build any more homes, we'll go ahead and donate those too. Well, she's up to 5 homes, and Scotty Bowman has done a tremendous job with the launch pad, and she and Shelly Armstrong are just working it and giving back
And changing the lives of women and their families.
That's
sure.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a fantastic organization.
So we could actually continue and go on and on and on, but Jack's here to let you know not only is he involved in the community, but how he then brings that same integrity and dedication to your quite literal own backyard, right?
Oh, without question. And that's the thing, when you choose a contractor, you want to feel comfortable with them, but you also want to know where they are, where they're coming from, because guess what? It's just that fence, you're only as good as the last fence you built.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for 20 plus years. And I have customers that call me that we've done 3 or 4 fences, because they will go to the next house and we go with there. And so you want to make sure that this fence is going to be there, even through the next family.
I guess you also don't want a formula, right? Because unless it's a backyard fence where you're just literally fencing in property, it doesn't matter how it looks.
Right.
The look of a fence really sets the tone for your house.
Very, very much so. I've yet to have somebody approach us and say, I just want a fence to dress up my yard. Well, that's not the case. But you want the fence to look good, but you also want it to work. So the fence has to be stable, and it has to go in the ground right. And as Columbus have proved, when customers are called, they say, my ground is level. Well, the earth is round. And so
I was wondering where you were going.
So we go out, we analyze, we look at the different situations, and we'll get you a good fence in, and we'll do it right.
I guess obviously you have to adhere to HOA requirements when you're in neighborhoods
And
like that.
we do address that. We're the ones that will work with the HOA. We'll get the drawings in, and we'll live within their specifications.
But even within the HOA requirements, there are varieties of looks, right? You can have a quote metal fence.
You can do an ornamental aluminum fence. You can do a black chain, which is very nice. You can do a white vinyl, a tan vinyl, a custom wood fence. It's whatever you decide or your taste, because people all have different tastes.
If people are this is a great time of year to be doing it, actually. I would think the holiday season's coming up. You want things to kind of, in case you're getting a puppy for Christmas, you
Could
want
be
that
doodle
yard.
season.
Could be doodle season.
Could be doodle
In fact,
season.
I remember a conversation we had years ago about that very thing, and you said it's very important to make sure if you do plan to get a puppy that
We do not, and that's the first thing I ask, what kind of dog you're going to get. Are you getting a dog? Because I want to make sure that we want to contain your new family member, but
Yeah.
we do not want the family member to get hurt. So if it has a spear on top, we don't want a paw to get hit, or we don't want a collar to get stuck on it. So,
Or to have the bars too wide apart because the puppy can fit through.
Can slip through.
Yeah.
That's right. So they're called puppy pickets.
Puppy pickets.
Right.
As a general rule of thumb, Jack, how long does it take you to put a fence in?
We're usually in about a day and a half.
So when people call you,
And we will get you in upon completion of contract. We'll get you in about a week and a half.
okay, so if people call you today, are they going to be talking to you? Will you send one of your team members out?
They're gonna call our office, and I will immediately call them back. And then upon that, we will have them a quote within a day or two.
Okay, back to that importance of making sure that you have somebody being honest with you and Columbus and the world being round.
Right.
A lot of people around here have got wet spots in their yard or problematic places that have to be addressed maybe before
Right.
you put the fence in.
Very much so. And again, you've got to make sure we're staying within your property lines. If there's a survey needed, we have a gentleman that we work with that will forward that information on to you. Also, if there's a low spot, we will address that if it feels like you need to get it backfilled or whatever, because we want the fence to go in properly, because you just don't want to slap something up. Because guess what? I'm probably going to be in your neighborhood couple of weeks later,
Yeah.
and I want to drive by and say, that's our fence and it looks fantastic and it's working.
Do you like people to be able to do that, to get customer referrals?
Oh, without question. I would say probably 50 to 60% of our business is referrals.
If you have a tree in your yard that's an established tree, like maples, their roots grow on the surface, is that something to take into consideration about what type of fence you put in?
No.
Okay.
And when we're digging, we will make sure that we're not going to hit a root that's going to take your tree out.
Okay.
So, and also any contractor you do use and anybody that's digging your yard, we do call 811 and make sure that anybody does do that you're using, that you call 811.
So now I'm sure you've heard the name in all these 20-something years. How many? 20?
22. And
Okay.
And we like to say, because one of your gentlemen here on the news, he said, the best defense is an offense.
Oh,
And
that's
so,
right, tell.
And so that's what we're doing. So we sponsor Friday Night Lights, and it's local high school football, and we pick, or actually your sports team picks the player of the week, defensive player of the week, and we are very excited to do that with Channel 3.
I forgot you were doing that. I'm glad you threw that in.
yes.
He's everywhere in town, including your own yard. Jack Berry, All Fences. He'd love to come out and help you. 622-9388 is the phone number. So good to see you.
Thank you, Julie.
After a car wreck, things can get really tough. Let us help make that easier. We're your support